Hello folks, welcome back. This video is for refugee aspirants to disclose or deliver some unwelcome news. As of the 31st of January 2026, dating back to February of 2025, there have been zero official denials of refugee aspirants. However, given the length that some cases have been open and people have been contacted, interviewed, and there were months in past, I have begun to wonder when letters of denial will go out, that people will be denied. Remember, if you do receive a letter of denial, you have a right to request reconsideration within 30 days of receiving that denial. But you are not denied unless you've received a letter of denial. All right? Some people falsely claim they've been denied, but no one through January 1st, 31st of this year, 2026, have been denied. So anyone making that claim is misleading or lying to you. However, there will be denials. For instance, if Johann Rupert claims that he needs to escape and needs to be a refugee, I think that his case would be denied based on the fact that he's clearly not a victim of 145 race-based laws. He's clearly not at any risk. As he said, he sleeps with his windows open, his doors open. So there will be people who cannot articulate past persecution or reasonable fear of future persecution. Johann Rupert will be one of them. And there are many others. So there will be denials at some point, but there have not been thus far. My concern is the people who've had cases have been open for many, many months and are still sitting and waiting and not knowing. I strongly suspect, unfortunately, I don't have evidence, but based on the information available, I suspect that some of these cases will be denied and that the government is sitting on them for whatever purposes. Maybe for propaganda, maybe for the fact they don't want to say denials and then the program takes a bloody lip or a black eye. But if that's the case, that's morally reprehensible. I don't know that it's the case. It's a matter of analysis and speculation at this point. But it seems as if there will be some people whose cases will be denied. People who are counting on getting out of South Africa because they believe they've suffered past persecution or fear future persecution and will possibly be denied. So what is going on here with the U.S. government? Why are these cases taking so long? Now, again, I'm the person that's been cautioning a long time that you need to be patient. Refugees normally wait years, but this is a different case. It's in-country refugee resettlement, and the program has gone through a proof of concept phase. It's gone through a couple iterations of modifying the program, and my issue is not that it's taking a long time, but those Johnny-come-latelys who came in 2026, just a few weeks ago, some have been processed, some have had interviews and medicals, and some have actually come to America. This is unfair. Wie man auf Deutsch sagt, das ist ja unfair. That is unfair. Why are the people who came earlier either not given a letter of denial or approved in America already? Either crap or get off the pot. USCIS, Church World Service. But again, some of you who've been waiting patiently, some of you on pins and needles may very well, in fact, wind up being denied. Either you've got some sort of activity in your past that's criminal, that's going to prevent you or block you, or you've participated in some sort of activity in this military or police that will prevent you from coming over, or you've been caught lying or misleading. That is a disqualifier. It doesn't matter if you are in jeopardy. If you lie and try to fraud our government, you're not going anywhere. So to those folks, if you know you lied, then you shouldn't be surprised when you get a letter of denial. If you're involved in suppression of human rights or human rights abuses, you shouldn't be surprised. If you've committed a heinous criminal act, and I don't want to hear about your criminal record was wiped out, it was removed. It doesn't matter. If you didn't disclose that you were charged with a criminal act and or convicted of a criminal act, when you're asked about it, then you're a liar, and you're going to be denied based on being a liar. This program is not for the people who seek to take advantage of it and abuse our trust as Americans. We have a sacred obligation to ensure that people coming to America do not present an unwarranted risk to the safety of American citizens. At the same time, we have a moral obligation to process and be fair with those who have applied for this program and give them a timely answer in a reasonable amount of time. Again, I strongly suspect that there are denials and they're coming. When they come, I don't know. But stretching people out for 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 months when you know you're going to deny them, which I don't know for a fact, but I suspect is the case in a few circumstances. That is morally reprehensible. If you know someone's going to be denied, send them a letter of denial Let them put in the right for reconsideration. But a right of reconsideration, it goes back to the same official who denied you. So unless you have new information that's pertinent or they had incorrect information, you probably aren't getting approved. And that's the situation. I know this is news that people don't want to hear, but it's the reality, and it's how things work. It's just how life is. And I wish all of those who seek to get approval the best of luck. Again, I'm not asking anybody to apply this program. I'm also not here to dissuade you. It's not my role. My role is to tell you the truth and give you accurate, cogent, lucid analysis of events as they inspire and the future. Cheers.